Hey, welcome back to the Raven Tactical Prepper channel. It's been a while since we've been able to do a whiteboard kind of presentation. It's been a while since we've had a video out. Pretty hectic with the training schedule we got going. A lot of things going on. I wanted to touch base on two events that are kind of going around right now that are pretty big. So you have a mandatory masks everywhere, and you also have coin shortages, right? So what do those two things mean? Well, for starters, we're going to talk about the coin shortage. A coin shortage is going to push to a cashless system. Everybody's seen the meme going around that talks about the different Dave Ramsey views on going to a cashless system. It means they have control over you. No longer could you get 20 bucks in the mail, you might get a gift card, which sucks, right? You can't spend it where you want to spend it. They're going to have control over you on every aspect. They're going to know where your money goes. You can't get away with, perhaps, if you want to buy something cash for your wife or you cash for this, and the whole bank system tracks you, the government will be able to know exactly what you purchased, how much you got, and making sure that you're going to be paying those taxes, which is kind of a big deal, right? So they're going to be able to control every aspect over you. Now, what happens when they decide that if you go to a social credit system where your score maybe is low, they shut your card off. They shut your ability and lock out your account because you said some things that they don't like. Maybe you spoke out against the government and they shut you down. How are you going to be able to shop at your major stores? You can't. You won't be able to shop. You won't be able to get anything you need. And this system, when they start implementing it, while it may sound temporarily the new bias, it's going to basically lock you in. And people are going to go lockstep into it because a lot of people now are so used to debit cards and so used to having everything through PayPal, and I can't remember what the other ones are. I just don't use them. But they're so used to it. There's going to be a normalcy bias with this now. Again, I touched base on tracking. So the whole New World Order system, whether you want to believe it or not, that they're pushing towards a global one world government. Normally it was something that you'd probably hear more in the conspiracy tinfoil hat realm, but you're starting to see more of it as you're starting to see currency be basically destroyed. American currency is no longer accepted. You can't use coins. You can't use this. Every month, every couple days, there's something new, right? You're starting to see a push for the UN to step in and take control of things. Well, it's going to be to the point where there's so much chaos that you're going to see a push for a one global government, a one global unifying thing that saves everybody. Now, some of us think it's a tinfoil hat, and some of us think it's real. Some of us will just brush it off as just, you're insane, But the reality is, who thought in 2020 stores could refuse giving you change? Who thought that? I don't think so. Excuse me for a second. And one of the things I've seen too is it forces you to spend your change at the store. One of the comments was, well, let's say you shop at Walmart and they owe you 75 cents. It's going to go on your Walmart card. Okay, what if I want that 75 cents? Well, you don't get it. It goes on your Walmart card, so when you come back, you can spend that 75 cents. But I want that money. It's my money. Well, their bias was stop being a crybaby about it and stop being completely pathetic about it and just accept it. Well, this is the things that I'm starting to see that I really find difficult to understand, that your money is your money. You worked hard for it. You traded time for it. And now they're going to take it away from you and tell you that you have to come back to that same store that won't give you your change back, but you can use it as store credit now. To me, that's really sad. And I think what it does is this preps people for the normal bias for the mark of the beast, whether you're a Christian or not. And that's fine if you're not. Maybe you're going to ignore this. But in the Christian realm, in the Christian revelations, at the very end, it talks about the mark of the beast. And the mark of the beast is basically on your right hand and your forehead, there's going to be a mark. Basically what it does, it prevents you from trading and buying and selling in the normal market. If it doesn't start seeming like this is going to be something that similar can easily happen pretty soon, you tell me. Put that in the comments. Alongside that, I'm looking at this too as the coins and all the change and all the stuff, like what's next, right? So If you go to, now we're not going to give you coins, well, dollar bills and everything else and dollar and paper currency is just as dirty. So what happens when they accept no cash and you have to use a debit card? Some places are. Some places are completely cashless and they're refusing a legal tender, which is cash. Banks won't give it to you maybe now anymore. Maybe banks will stop. Maybe they'll just destroy all the currency and you're forced to use just a debit card. And now electronically, you are completely helpless and tracked. Masks, right? We've all seen the new policies. Every grocery store in at least our area is now pushed for mandatory masks. Excuse me. And what does that really mean, right? It's the same thing. It's pushing a normalcy bias that you're going to wear something in order to basically shop. You're going to have a mark on you in order to shop. It's a normalcy bias push that'll say the 90% of the people will get mad at that 10% that go, this is wrong. Our group, at least I think on most of my followers, would say, this is weird and wrong, and I don't want to wear it. I don't care if you wear a mask, I don't care. If that makes you feel safe, so be it. But why do I need to be forced to wear something that doesn't necessarily protect me from anything? You can go into all the science, you can go into the pseudoscience of everything. But to me, I don't really feel like wearing a mask in a store when I don't need to. I'm not sick. 99% of the population in the United States isn't sick. So, but what it is, you'd think for like everything else, if this was such a big deal, all the other major things, you'd have flu season and all these things that are coming up that have been more lethal, more dangerous, and more problematic. Where were the mask policies for this? Well, what it is they're pushing for it, the control over you. And what it is, it's a nice big division of everything. You're seeing it now. Families are divided. Churches are divided now. Where you would think churches would be on top, with each other, like we're in solidarity. Nope, churches are fighting each other, church members. The 2A community, every other day is a post in Wisconsin is, can I wear a mask and still conceal carry, or is that a felony? It's not, by the way, in Wisconsin. It might be in some other states. However, if you were to make the comment, why are you wearing the mask? Or why do you need the mask in the first place? There's a big pushback for it. There is a huge drive, even in this side of our community, where the freedom patriots are complying with it because they've fallen for the whole science behind it. And it's sad. I'm watching a division between everybody else, and it really sucks. I don't know what we're supposed to do at this point. I want to bring this message to you so that at least people are kind of aware. I don't see too many people talking about the mark of the beast side of things because not too many people are Christian anymore. And maybe it's a controversial topic. If you are not Christian and you don't find it useful or helpful, put a comment down, at least to understand where we're going and what you think it is. I think this normalcy bias and everything else isn't going away. There's not a chance in hell, excuse my language, but there's not a chance that any of this is going to go away. It's going to be pushed. We're basically watching the fast track and decline of the United States of America. And it doesn't matter who wins the election, and it doesn't matter who wins the governor spot. The push has happened, and we're gone. Basically, when you get to that top of that roller coaster, where you had a bunch of chances to get off, we're at the top where it's starting to fall, and they gave you that little fall. We're about to see that crash part, where you're going to go 100 miles an hour down that hill. When that happens, folks, you're not going to be able to get anything. I mean, you're starting to see a couple things too, where the shortages are back. You're starting to see the whole rioting thing is kind of on hold. Wait in a couple months, or wait about, let's say August. August is when the next voting thing comes around, so you're going to see more rioting in August. But you're already starting to see productions of food have problems. So on top of food production, and on top of riots, on top of everything else, you're going to see people not being able to buy food unless you wear a mask, not be able to buy food unless you have a debit card. You're going to see the whole system go into a digital era where everything and anything you have or do is already tracked. I mean, your internet is already tracked. So your purchases and everything you're going to do are going to go into one gigantic data pile, and they'll be able to figure out what kind of citizen you are. It's going to go into your metadata, and they'll be able to score you as a citizen on your health, because they're going to know what kind of food you bought. they're going to be able to score you on your wealth because they'll know how much money you have. They'll score you on the ability to save and all that because they're going to be able to track what kind of person you are. Are you a spender? Are you a saver? And they'll be able to track your ammunition and defense purchases. You purchase guns. They didn't need the 4473. They have it now. They have the ability to go, you can't pay cash for that gun anymore, but you paid with a debit card. You paid with a credit card. You bought all this ammunition. They know what you have now. So, this is Raven Tactical out. I appreciate you guys again. We're getting close to 700. We've had a few hit or misses. One of the last videos we had was a little controversial for people. They just can't grasp the concept that calling something out for being wrong is not racist. So, with that, have a great week, and I hope you guys have a safe week. Be prepared, stay alive, prepare for what's coming. Really please prepare for what's coming. This is some scary signs that you really should be pretty aware of. And with that, it's Raven Tactical out.